Welcome to the EasyPTE podcast, dedicated to helping you get a great score on the Pearson Test of English, PTE Academic. This episode is brought to you by Migration Edge, specialising in Australian visa solutions. Stick around to the end of this episode for a special offer. In episode 1, we'll be discussing 3 tips to boost your PTE exam score instantly. Yes, this means without studying. So, sounds a bit too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, there's no magic involved. It's just benefiting from a deep understanding of how the PTE Academic test is structured and assessed. So as you probably know, unlike some other English tests, PTE Academic is completely computer-based. So this is good for you because it means that there is a little bit of following the formula. So we're taking out the human element, and this means you can know what you need to expect and prepare for, and you don't get any nasty surprises. So let's get straight into the tips. Tip 1. Wait for 1 second and only 1 second before you speak into the microphone. So you've probably heard, if you've been studying for the PTE Academic test, that you shouldn't pause for more than 3 seconds in giving your answer. This is true. If you pause for 3 seconds, the microphone will cut out and you won't score any points for that answer. But if you speak too quickly, the system might not recognize the first part of your answer. So the tip here is don't rush and just make sure you time your answer to the right spot, and that is 1 second in. Okay, tip 2. In the writing section, limit your summaries to 1 sentence. So where a response requires you to summarize your response, you should really resist the temptation to go beyond what is actually being asked of you. So in practice, this means you should only use 1 full stop, and that should be at the end of your sentence. If you need to use a connector, such as a comma, in order to get your point fully across, that's fine, but really try and keep your answer to 1 sentence. Now, tip 3. In the listening section, your summary should be several sentences. So this is very different from tip 2. So when you find yourself in the listening section, the best approach is to use several sentences. Now, you really need to be careful with your time allocation, but take the space you need to fully explain your interpretation of what is being said. You'll find all the show notes and resources for this episode at easypte.com/episode 1. Thanks for sticking around to the end. As a way of saying thanks to our listeners, Migration Edge is exclusively offering you, our listener, a personalised assessment of your Australian visa options. Go to migrationedge.com.au/EasyPTE, that's all one word, for the exclusive offer. See you next episode.